but participate, make suggestions, things like that. And even as a 6-year-old, I mean, my dad was having to read the lines at the read-through, and I would just kind of sit there at first. My father rants.
In Hollywood, Ron Howard has always been known as the ultimate nice guy, the polite child star, the steady hand behind the camera, the man who seems untouched by scandal. But staying relevant for more than 60 years takes more than kindness, and behind that familiar smile is a lifetime spent navigating difficult personalities, bruised egos, and the industry's sharpest edges. Howard didn't just witness greatness, he survived it, beginning as a child on The Andy Griffith Show, where America saw Frances Bavier as the warm, loving Aunt Bee while young Ronnie experienced her as distant, rigid, and emotionally cold, a classically trained actress who resented sitcom life and made him learn, far too early, that on-screen family often ends when the cameras stop rolling. That lesson deepened when, at just 5 years old, Howard encountered Yul Brynner, a golden age icon who ruled sets like a monarch, projecting such intimidating authority that even seasoned crew members shrank around him, teaching Howard how a single ego can suffocate collaboration and replace creativity with fear. Years later, as a first-time director on Night Shift, Howard faced a new kind of challenge in Shelley Long, whose relentless perfectionism and endless questioning slowed momentum and forced him to realize that being nice wasn't enough. Clarity and boundaries mattered just as much. With Russell Crowe, the friction turned volcanic. Crowe's mercurial intensity and obsessive commitment to truth pushed Howard into intellectual and emotional battles that nearly exhausted him, yet ultimately showed him that genius often arrives with fire, and that sometimes conflict, when channeled, can fuel masterpieces like A Beautiful Mind. The heartbreak came with Tom Sizemore, whose immense talent was eclipsed by addiction, introducing Howard to the painful reality that kindness can't save someone who can't show up, and that protecting a film sometimes means accepting human limits. And perhaps the most personal test of all came from his closest friend, Henry Winkler, when Happy Days transformed The Fonz into a cultural phenomenon and quietly sidelined Howard, teaching him the sting of being eclipsed not by rivalry, but by circumstance, a wound that ultimately pushed him from acting into directing. Through every clash, Howard absorbed the lessons rather than the bitterness, learning that Hollywood's true villains are rarely malicious, but instead are insecurity, ego, addiction, and ambition colliding under bright lights. Today, Ron Howard stands as proof that you can endure the industry's most difficult archetypes, keep your integrity intact, and still win, not by ruling through fear, but by leading with resilience, perspective, and an unshakable sense of self.